Hey everybody, it's John. It's March 3rd, 2021, as of 8:02 a.m. And I make two videos per day on Dogecoin, one in the morning, the second one in the evening to follow it up. I cover the news and some of the sticks, aka the technicals here. So let's start the day with some news right here, okay? So I see on this Reddit post right here where documented Bitcoin made a tweet out that saying they're investigating Elon Musk tweeting dodgy coins means quicker than they investigate those who crashed the entire economy in 2008. I mean, this is kind of good news though. You think about it because if the SEC investigates Elon Musk here, that means the saying goes right. There is no such thing as bad publicity, right? So Dogecoin is going to get more publicity, and given that that we are gonna see the $1,400 stimulus check soon coming around, I don't know, guys. Call me a speculator here. Call me a conspiracy theorist here. But I feel like this could be a possible, you know, money pouring into Dogecoin from these people here because these people are going to see it so cheap and they're going to want to buy some. And we're probably going to see the crashing of the exchanges again, where you can't log in, where you can't buy, etc. But again, it's like that's pure speculation here that has no bearing whatsoever. I just some of my thoughts here as a Dogecoin enthusiast and holder and buyer. Okay, let's see the next one here. Dogecoin bound onto 1,800 ATMs in the U.S. CoinFlip told CoinDesk Doggy has become a symbol of the small retail investor here. So 1,800 ATMs in the U.S. are now being adopted to accept Dogecoin here. I mean, that is pretty that is pretty impressive. I mean, we have 50 states, and obviously 1,800 isn't a lot if you think about it. But at the same token, it's starting to move, right? And that's what you want to see, the movement, the higher adoption rate. And I truly believe these little things here are going to exponentially grow over time here. Over the weekend, this weekend, we're going to have a NASCAR driver driving Las Vegas, NASCAR 2.0. But yeah, guys, I mean, we're in here for a ride here, and I believe we're going to be in for really, truly great things here. And you came for the sticks. Let me get to it now. Okay, so let's start with the daily here. Whoops. All right. Okie dokie. So where are we out here? Let me do some stuff here. 1 second, guys. Okay, so we're the sticks right here. Let me do this too. Okay, today is March 3rd, but it still hasn't ended because it ends at 4 p.m. So we're still in March 2nd time. Very bizarre here. But anyway, um, okay. So you can see that we are hitting some resistance right here. If I could make it bigger so you can see what I'm talking about here. So basically, anything around here is kind of like your temporary resistance here. So that's going to be about 0.510 to about 0.525. That's the range where it starts selling off every single time here. And you think, okay, maybe that's bearish, right? But you also got to bear in mind that it's testing it multiple times. And you can see here as well. Let me draw a line right here. You can also see right here that it's also doing ascending. So as I mentioned the other day, ascending triangles are usually bearish, but at the same token, it can be bullish too. It just depends on the current technicals at the time and the current volume at the time it's a trading. Sorry about that. Something went. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. um, so you can see here that we are still currently on a golden cross on a daily here. So when I'm seeing an ascending triangle here, I'm thinking it's possibly bullish based on that fact right there. Again, I apologize for the coffee before. So sorry about that. Oh, crazy morning. All right. So as I mentioned the other day, and today as well, we can see a possible upside from here on out when it kind of ends, or we're gonna see a possible downside. So that is, you're like, oh, great, John. Thanks for telling me that. I could have told you that, right? I could have told you that, right? But you can't really determine right now based on the action here. But normally speaking, when you see this sort of action here, it usually is bearish for the most part. It's not guaranteed, but it's a high probability here. So that means we might test a lower low here. But at the same token here as well, you can see the trade is getting more range bound. You see that? It's going dung 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 dung, and it's getting more and more narrow. So it tells me people are also accumulating as well. And you see, I mentioned over the weekend that anything below 0.49 and zero below, it gets bought real quick. And you can see here, and you can see, and you can even see here. I zoom in a little bit. Oops. You can even see here that whenever it hits around here, 0.506 and 0.491, it gets up so quick. So you can see we're kind of making a staircase up, and this will most likely be reflected in a lower time frame here. But we'll get to that later on when we finish analysis here. So this to me looks bullish to me personally speaking. That just means the bulls are really fighting here, and that means people are really buying the dips, including myself. So this is good. This is very good if you're a long holder, you know. Here we go. Check out. Let's see the MACD how it's doing today. Okay, dokie. So let's see. We got now. I've been mentioning for the past few days here that I want to count how many days of the uptrend we're seeing here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 now. And you can see also if I zoom in a little closer, you can see the MACD line here is starting to curl up here. Curling up is what you want to see actually. Curling is good. Okay, curling means that we're actually going to start the momentum that's actually moving back towards the moon, as some would say. Of course, it takes time though, and so we're seeing something like this. We're going to probably wait maybe like maybe 2 weeks. So we might not see anything for a little bit here. By a little bit, I mean like a week or two. And even then, it's hard to determine, right? Because you literally have to watch it. It's not like one day it's going to change all of a sudden. I mean, I could like one day you can see the bar go like this. I've seen sometimes the bar go from here to here overnight, and that's only because of news. And a huge volume came in and just bought up everything, and you saw a huge spike there. But when that happens, also you're seeing a lot of volatility, and that isn't necessarily what you want to see if you're holding long. I mean, it's great and everything, but honestly, it doesn't matter to you because if you're not selling, you're investing in it. But it's good to bring in more buyers that way, though. Usually, excitement brings in more people, and that helps the momentum here. And you can see as well, as I mentioned for the past week or two now, that we are range bound. We're trading in a range for the most part, so we're seeing a lot of this here. We're seeing a lot of this. I mean, obviously, you're not seeing it getting reflected currently, but we are range bound. So I suspect that we will not see any. I don't see us breaking out of this line here anytime soon. 0.613 would be our 0.61, yeah, 0.615, or I call it 615. That'll be our true test right there. If we break out of that, then boys, we are going on a nice ride here for sure. But until then, this considers a lot of consolidation and a lot of buying opportunities. That's how I see it. And there's also a possibility where we might even see it dip into the 50 MA and use that as resistance. You can see also it's increasing every day, right? It was 0.377, it's 383, 392, now it's 400. So eventually the 50 MA is going to reach this this possible trading range here. And when that happens, we may see volume break out and kind of push it up. But maybe people are waiting for that. Who knows, right? It's a guessing game at this point here, but the technicals give us a better idea of what's going on, so we can try to do our best to plan for it. Let's move into the 4-hour chart today and see what's going on now, right? Okay, so we are doing an ascending triangle here, which usually is bearish for the most part, but I'm gonna say this time it could be possibly bullish here. You can also see that it's before I mentioned on the daily here, it's kind of doing this for the most part, kind of banging around up here. So we're banging a bottom right now, like this right here, right? But and given that we see the current MACD right here, you see how it's in a zero equal. Well, it's barely crossing the zero. Well, it's literally barely crossing the zero equilibrium right here. But yeah, at the same token here, you can see it starting to trend back down this way. So, I mean, yeah. So it's kind of hard to say right here, to be honest. I mean, it could most easily just come back down this way, and come back down and reset for our next few days. So with me seeing this here, we may not see very much action in the interim, which means this week. I mean, based on this trend right here, it's going down. you can see it. You can see here it goes down and it fights a little bit and comes back down right away. So that tells me there isn't very strong momentum on the bull side right now. So that's just what it is for the most part, and it's kind of reflected on the price as well here because you can see that overnight the Europeans spiked it up to about 523, and that's kind of where my ascending triangle line is at for the most part, and it tested it again and it went back down almost immediately. It got sold off real quick, and now it's time to see the Americans going to buy. But if we don't, if the Americans don't buy, then it's probably going to do this. Then it's going to break down most likely. So if you're opening a short position today, I would open up around here, around 5-1. That's what I would do personally speaking. If I were to do a short today, I would do that and have a stop loss around 526. And as far as how much I'm gonna hold it down for, I'm gonna hold the bearish trade up to about well, I would say about 482 to be safe. Or you could be ballsy and go 453, but I don't suspect that'll happen either which way. We'd be lucky if we see 482 today. If we do, I might be buying some. Obviously, I'll be out of work though, so I'm not sure if I'll get the opportunity to buy. But that's just what I would personally do as a day trade. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to explain to you what I would possibly do here. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you're watching this far along here, don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and like the video if it helps you out here. Let me know your trades currently going on, right? Let me know your positions. I would love to hear that stuff from you guys. But anyway, so yeah, based on the floor here, we could possibly go up or down at this point here. It's very hard to determine because the momentum is going. The momentum is so indecisive here. You almost cannot make a decision here. So it's almost better to not do any kind of trades here, honestly, because it's so easy to lose either which way. Since there is no clear momentum right here. Well, the clear momentum on daily is kind of trending down, but for the most part, it's so like indecisive right now. It's very easy to lose. So I probably wouldn't do anything personally speaking as well, just depending on what you're doing. Because sometimes the best trade is no trade, right, guys? So, anyways, on a 15-minute chart here. Okay, let's see here now. All right, let's see what we're doing here. So, yesterday I did mention that we're going to possibly see a death cross here, and we immediately rectified it real quick here with another golden cross. So that means that for a day here, the 200 MA is looking like support here, and it's kind of being a buy signal right here because you see the large volume at basically 3 million volume here is kind of supporting it. So yeah, so possibly maybe a buy from here can actually go up a little bit. Actually, maybe we go from here and test the current support again. We could probably see this possibly. It'll probably reject again at the top again or somewhere near the top. So very tough trade today if you're going to do anything. Very tough trade. But this is a clear buy signal though. So and you can see also here as well that it's starting to trend back up again. But of course it's a bearish territory, but it's kind of normal. The cycle is kind of like this for the most part. It's very typical. Oops. This is very typical cycle where it kind of does this for the most part. It's very typical. It's kind of like a sine formula. Okay, wow. Okay, actually, you see the 15-minute chart here, the velocity is increasing significantly. If you see right, the velocity, it shrinks so fast. So from here to here, it shrinks almost immediately. That's pretty impressive. So that's kind of what I meant before by the buy signal there, and it's kind of evidenced through the MACD as well. It kind of just shows you what I'm saying here. So you see how the trade just increases so much all of a sudden. I mean the velocity increases so much all of a sudden, and how these sticks decrease so quick. So this is actually really good, guys. But again, let's see if it breaks through the. So it looks like it wants to go back into the triangle and break it out. So it just continues on for the rest of the day. We could possibly see something like this for the most part, kind of this. And if it holds up, it may even just go break out of it, and that'd be good. I wouldn't have any problems with that. No problem whatsoever. Okay. And as always, guys, this will conclude my my technical analysis for a day here. It was a little lengthy, but I do believe it's useful for these kind of things here, and we gotta watch it daily for the most part. And the more you watch it, the better, because then you get more familiar with it and more comfortable. And again, as always, give me a like, subscribe, a comment on the video below if it helps you out. It really helps the channel out. I want to spread the word out, and I want you all guys. I'll catch you guys on the evening for a next video, and I want you all to have a doggy day, and I'll catch you on next one. All right, bye.